Recently, the universe has been changing quite a bit. I have wanted to understand why, so I did what any good astrologist would do and looked at the stars. When looking at them, I found something that was changing the entire universe right in front of our eyes. Social media. It seems like recently, a lot of social media companies have been dying or are being more hated than ever before, and that was throwing the balance of the universe off. I mean, Twitter in 2023 has been in the absolute dumps. Mr. Money Musk has made terrible decisions since his midlife crisis got him sucked into buying Twitter. And with Musk recently announcing his plans of limiting users to only being able to see a certain amount of tweets a day, this was the nail in the coffin for a lot of users to just stop using the app. And that's not the only one, as Twitch in 2023 is in a very similar situation to Twitter, with absolutely horrible decisions coming to the platform on a regular basis for years at this point. But no one's been able to compete with Twitch, even though other rivals have been trying for years at this point. However, lately, both of these apps' futures seem to be very bleak. So what's changed? Rivals. Users have been waiting for years to get some actual competition for these platforms, and they finally got their wish. In 2023, Zucky and his team decided to launch the Twitter killer Threads, with hopes that this can knock out Twitter in the same way that Zucky hopes to knock out Elon in a cage fight. My money is on Zuck. Twitch also has some formidable competition, as Kick.com has been buying out all of Twitch's top streamers and moving them over to Kick. But what I've been wondering is this normal? Are new apps supposed to dethrone already established giants? Well, in order to understand, I took a look back to a time where Twitter and Twitch didn't exist. A time where Zucky wasn't even in the picture. A time where MySpace was a thing. MySpace, once upon a time, was the place to be on the internet to post about yourself and your life, and meet other random people on the website. If you're screaming, "That's just Facebook!" you're absolutely right. But if Facebook is just the same exact thing, then why did Facebook become a gigantic success while MySpace crumbled? Well, I found 4 key reasons for that. The first of which being bad press. MySpace had terrible press because children were allowed to use their website. You may be thinking, what's the harm with kids? Well, MySpace also had a problem with moderation, which could allow minors to see graphic images without warning, making bad platform changes. MySpace was basically the first social media company to be owned by a large corporation. And if you don't know anything about corporations, they are slow to make changes. Because of this, MySpace couldn't really make any changes or add anything to their website very quickly, while some of their competitors could because they were a smaller startup. Monetization. MySpace did not know how to monetize their platform. So instead of thinking really hard about how they could monetize their platform, they instead opted to put intrusive ads all over their website, which made MySpace run way slower and made the user experience 10 times worse. Competition rises. The thing that I failed to mention is that MySpace would have survived if it wasn't for another app coming in. Of course, there was another app that came in and changed the game, and that was Facebook. While it wasn't really all that different from MySpace, it was newer, sleeker, and had a lot of good vibes contrasting from the negative MySpace vibes. Because of all that, Facebook exploded in popularity after years of MySpace being incompetent, and it eventually became the corporation that we all know and hate today, Meta. These 4 reasons are the reasons why MySpace died. But from what I've found, if we look through other dead apps over the years, they all have at least a few of these issues that led to their demise. Daily Booth, the Instagram before Instagram that died from not making any platform changes and not monetizing itself. Vine was very popular, but couldn't figure out how to monetize and eventually shut down because of it. Google Plus. It was trying to be like Facebook, but it was worse than Facebook, and Facebook was already thriving at the time, so it died. There are many others that I could point out, But you get the point, that if any of these 4 reasons are apparent on a platform, the platform is vulnerable, and someone could try and take its place. If a platform has a few of these reasons, or even all 4, then they are down the slippery slope of a dying app. So, let's check in on Twitter again. So, Twitter has a lot of bad press and negativity against it. Check. Has it made any bad platform changes recently? Oh, how interesting. Is it profitable? Okay, fuck no. And now it has a new competitor. Man, it looks like Twitter is dying. But what about Twitch? Bad press, yes. Bad platform changes are what Twitch does. I don't remember a single time in the past 5 years where they've made an actually good change. It still bleeds money after being acquired by Amazon. And Kick.com is kicking their ass. See what I did there? So looking at this, it's safe to assume that these apps are on the decline, and they might be dying. Is that a good thing though? Well, kind of. You see here, the new apps that are poised to take over, Threads and Kick, also aren't the people you really want to root for. Threads is owned by Meta, and you only need to take one look at Instagram and Facebook to see the massive problem. Kick, on the other hand, is not owned by Meta. Yay! That's great! Except that it's owned by Stake, which is an online gambling company that was banned off of Twitch due to excessive people promoting gambling on their website. Not cool. So even though this isn't the competition I was looking for, it's better to have some competition rather than no competition. Twitter and Twitch have been doing bad stuff for years, and it's about time that someone tries to disrupt what they've already got going on. MySpace couldn't save itself, but Twitter and Twitch still have time to turn it around. All apps die eventually, but some take way longer than others to do so. Fill me in. Signing out.